Now, we've got a viewer question for you, because we never let you off the hook too easily. This comes from Ross. And he says, I understand a buyer should hold a share for 45 days to be entitled to the dividend. Is this correct? And what are the consequences if the buyer sells before 45 days?
He's talking about dividend stripping. There used to be a tactic that fund managers engaged in where you would buy the shares and take the dividends and then sell the shares. The 45-day rule basically prevents that. In order to receive the full benefit of the dividends, in terms, you have to hold them for 45 days. It was brought in to basically get rid of dividend stripping, and that's all it is.
Okay.
But there's he receives the dividend. Still gets the dividends. No, don't worry about that. You get the dividend, and you're not going to be locked
within
up.
That period.
Well, you can sell the shares whenever you like.
Yeah.
You're going to be entitled to the dividends, but there are some tax benefits that you might not be entitled to. So it's really important.
Your stockbroker will be able to explain that to you.
Anyone can explain it to you. Just if you type in Google dividend strip, if they email me do you mind if they email me?
Of course.
If they email me at roger@rogermontgomery.com, I'll put together a little table and send it off.
Okay, fantastic. Now, one last thing to you. This rally, can it keep going? I know you don't talk markets.
Anything can happen.
But what's your guess?
I'm not smart enough.
Come on, you've got to give me your guess.
I don't guess. I put money on what I think things are worth.
I knew you'd say that. You're a narc, aren't you? But you do what you do.
Look, and it goes pretty well.
Yeah.
I think if you buy good businesses when they're cheap and you do that consistently, you can't help but beat the market. There's not a lot that's cheap at the moment. Yeah. There's only a couple of things. I brought them in. We didn't have time. We'll do it next time.
Next time we do that. And if they change, we're going to have to change your...
I can keep track of it. Right. That's no problem.
One last thing. If the economy is doing better than expected and the banks have these big provisions, and I was talking to Justin earlier about, do you think the bank profits will actually show themselves to be a lot better than expected because that provisioning was pretty negative about 6 months ago?
Yeah, you say it's pretty negative, but in fact some of the reporting that I've looked at suggests that they actually weren't being as conservative as perhaps they should, and the profits were higher than they should be. Okay. Having said that though, let me say this, the Commonwealth Bank is head and shoulders above the others in terms of business performance now. Its return on equity is going to be a lot higher over the next 2 years than the other three banks, and we'll see that'll continue to be reflected in its relative performance.
Doing very well in the loans chunk of the market and also the deposits.
Well, look, that's all true, but again, it comes back to return on equity. It's going to be double the others.
All right, mate. Well, as always, thanks for joining us on the program.
It's a pleasure.
And we'll see you in about a week or two, eh?
Okay, great.
Excellent,
Thanks.
Roger. Terrific.